will see the numerical based on the hardness of water. Now, hardness of water, we have seen in our last few videos that hardness of water is nothing but presence of different salts in that water sample. So, this problem is given like this. Calculate the temporary and permanent hardness of sample of water containing such impurities. So, salts are given and amount of salts that are given. So, salts like MgSCO3 by 2, 7.3 milligrams per liter, CHCO3 by 2, 16.2 milligrams per liter, MgCl2, 9.5 milligrams per liter, and CaSO4, 13.6 milligrams per liter. In this way, the values are given in our problem. Now, what we have to do here is that first of all, we should have idea about the temporary hardness, that this particular two salts are responsible for temporary and these one are responsible for permanent. Now, our reference salt is a CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate. So, first of all, we have to form the CaCO3 equivalent of each salt. So, it means that just consider this MgHCO3 by 2. MgHCO3 by 2. So, we have to first calculate its CaCO3 equivalent. Now, what is CaCO3 equivalent? So, CaCO3 equivalent of this salt, its CaCO3 equivalent is equal to those amount which is given in the problem, that is for example 7.3 into its own multiplication factor. Multiplication factor of this MgHCO3 value. So for that we have to calculate first of all its multiplication factor. Now how can we calculate multiplication factor? Multiplication factor, it is denoted by MF, and it is calculated like molecular weight of this particular CaCO3, that is 100, upon 2 into equivalent weight of hardness causing salt. It means that equivalent weight of this MgHCO3 by 2. MgHCO3 by 2 in this way. So, how can we calculate the equivalent weight of MgHCO3 by 2? We know that any equivalent weight, whenever we have to calculate, we have to divide the molecular weight by valency. So for that we have to calculate here molecular weight of MgCO3 by 2. And what is molecular weight? Ultimately we have to calculate molecular weight by using an atomic weight of this particular molecule. Now just consider that atomic weight of each of the atoms we have to add. So one magnesium is having, so for this we should know the atomic weight of each of the elements which is considered in the problems. For example, magnesium is having its molecular weight 24, that is the atomic weight is 24, that is the presence of protons plus presence of neutrons, that is considered as a total atomic weight, which is generally double of atomic number but not all times. So magnesium 24, then hydrogen, its atomic weight is 1, then carbon is having its atomic weight 12, while oxygen is having its atomic weight 16. So just we have to put these values in the formula and get the molecular weight. So our formula is MgHCO3 by 2. So Mg, that is 24, then this HCO3 by 2 is there in brackets. So therefore multiply H, that is 1, then plus carbon, that is 12, plus oxygen, that is 16, but there are 3 atoms of oxygen, so that's why 16 into 3, that is 48. So in this way you can calculate molecular weight 24, sorry here not multiplication but plus, as there is a 2 different molecules, so we have to multiply it by 2. So 24 plus 2 into 12 plus 1 13, 13 plus 48, that is 148, that is 61. Plus 1 49, 50, 51, 1, 5 plus 1 6, 5. So in this way this 24 plus 2 into 61, that is 122 plus 24, 122 plus 24, what will be the answer? 4 plus 2 6, 2 plus 2 4, and 1 is as it is. So molecular weight of this MgHCO3 by 2 is 148. So we will use this molecular weight to calculate the equivalent weight. So therefore 148 divided by its valency. Now what is valency? Valency is a charge of central metal ion. So in any of these molecules, central metal ion is like magnesium, it is a positively charged ion. Positively charged central metal ion is to be considered. While this will be in center and this HCO3 will be there in the two different sides. So MgHCO3 by 2, Mg is a central metal ion which is having a dipositive ion. So there is a plus 2 charge will be considered, and that plus 2 is nothing but its valency. So therefore 148 is a molecular weight, 146 is its molecular weight, and divided by 2. Then we can get its equivalent weight. So 2 7s are 14 and 2 3s are 6. In this way we can get its equivalent weight 73. So just put this equivalent weight at this in this formula for multiplication factor and multiply that multiplication factor with the amount which is given in the problem. You can get easily the last CaCO3 equivalent. So in this way we have calculated this 146 molecular weight of MgHCO3 by 2. So we will put this value of equivalent weight in this particular formula. We can get like this is equal to 100 upon 2, that is 50, we can write easily, upon 73. So this 50 upon 73 will not calculate in decimals, simply we will remain as such, 50 upon 73 for our ease of calculation. So in this way we have to calculate about each of the different molecules. So third column will write here of multiplication factor, that is 50 upon 73. So in this way we have calculated the multiplication factor for each of these salt as well as the multiplication factor, that is in terms of such type of 50 upon these all the values, ultimately by calculating the equivalent weights, molecular weight from these atomic weights. Now we have to calculate the CaCO3 equivalent. So CaCO3 equivalent is nothing but what? It is the multiplication factor into this amount which is given in the problem. So CaCO3 equivalent, just consider that 7.3, which is the amount which is given, into its multiplication factor 50 upon 73. So this 73 and 7.3, these are one and the similar. So just by difference of point is there. So 73 will cut with this 7.3 and we can get here value 10, that is 10 into 50. So its value, lastly there is a 0.1 into 50, that is 5. So CaCO3 equivalent for this particular MgHCO3 by 2, 5. Then CaHCO3, for CaHCO3 by 2, the value which is given 16.2, okay, and the multiplication factor is considered 50 upon 81, it is calculated. So here also there is a direct division is there, simply 81 into 2, that is 162. So here again the same, in this way here also there is a formation of the 81, 2s are 162, so 2 into 50, that is 100, and point is there, therefore here the value is 10. In this way MgCl2, for MgCl2 again there is a division, 9.5 into 50 upon 47.5. So 47.5 to the 95. So that will be the value of 0.2. Here there is a 0.2, 0.2 into 50, that is again 100. So here also 13.6 into 50 upon 68. So here also value will be 10. There is a this 136 is divided by 68 by the 2. Now in this way we have got the CaCO3 equivalent of each of the salt, 5, 10, 10, 10. Now we have to calculate the hardness. So first of all, temporary hardness. We know that for temporary hardness, which salts are responsible? Simply the salts of bicarbonates or carbonates. Now whether this MgSO3/2 is a bicarbonate or carbonate? Yes, it is a bicarbonate of magnesium. So its value is 5. Just take this value plus CHCO3/2, it is also a bicarbonate. Then we can get a value of 10. And both these values are given in milligrams per liter. So its reading, its last unit will be milligrams per liter. So simply 15 milligrams per liter is its answer. So it is very easy, but we should understand firstly to calculate the multiplication factor is important. Then permanent hardness. So the salts which are other than the bicarbonates or carbonates are responsible for permanent hardness. So here MgCl2 and CaSO4 are there for permanent hardness, and both are having its value 10. So 10 plus 10 is again 20 milligrams per liter. Here there is not asked the total hardness, but if total hardness is asked, then what will be the result for total hardness? Total hardness is equals to this temporary hardness plus permanent hardness, that is 15 plus 20, that is 35 milligrams per liter. So in this way the calculation of temporary and permanent hardness is carried out.